These are my top tips for electric bike owners. These are coming from someone that owned and operated an e-bike shop and now works for an e-bike company. So last week, I posted a video all about the top bike parts every good bike owner should check about every 100 to 200 miles. This week, we are going to dig in a bit further for those of you with electric bikes. We're going to be covering what you need to know from that first new bike day, how to properly charge and store your e-bikes and batteries, and just what you should know about the maintenance of an e-bike, your battery, and charger. I'm going to be going through this in sections, so look below for chapters to help you find what you might be looking for. Let's start off first with the things I want you to know before you leave that bike shop with your new electric bike. Most important thing is to understand your controller and display. How do you turn your bike on and off? How do you change the assistance levels? How do you control your lights? And so forth. If you don't have a full UL 2849 e-bike system, get to know what parts need to be covered in bad weather. Have them show you how to unlock and lock your battery, how to charge it properly, understand your warranty, and if you need to submit something. If your new bike is equipped with a Bosch e-bike system, I want you to ask for the Diagnostics sheet. This is something only a Bosch certified mechanic can provide you, and they get it through plugging in a special little USB dongle that has to be renewed every year through Bosch. It's going to show you all the main things you want to know about your bike. Also ask them if they've added your phone number to that e-bike system. This can be confirmed on that diagnostic sheet. And then the last thing I want you to look at on that sheet is that your battery key numbers have been added to the motor system of your bike. If you ever lose your keys and the documentation of your keys, you can have a Bosch store plug in and get you the key numbers. Bosch stores, make sure you confirm that you're working with the true owner of the bike before you give them those key numbers. I do plan on making a follow-up video of a checklist for new e-bike owners. Be on the lookout for that one in the next week or two. Let's move on to e-bike maintenance. Most of this is already covered in the Turn Basic Maintenance video, and then the one that I posted last week, all about the top bike parts to check every 100 to 200 miles. But note on an e-bike, you are going to be traveling at higher speeds, stopping from a higher speed, and using a lot more torque on your drivetrain. So you're going to want to check the chain and brake pad wear more regularly and check your tire inflation, because it is very easy to let your tires go low on an e-bike because the bike's so heavy you might not feel it bounce, and because you have the assistance, you don't feel the extra drag. Moving on to e-bike battery ownership. This is most likely the most expensive single part of your bicycle. We want to take very good care of this lithium-ion package of goodness that's also dangerous if you don't treat it well. So we want to try to keep batteries at room temperature, especially when you're charging them. If you want to keep your child or animal out in the garage or outside temperatures, bring in your battery. The other really important thing about storage is if you're not going to ride your bike for more than a week, make sure you store these batteries between 30 and 60%. You want to give that lithium ion room to swell and shrink when you've stored it. And if you leave it at 0% for too long, it will not turn on when you go back to use it. And if you fully charge it and leave it, it might not have room to swell if it gets a little bit overheated, and that can be really dangerous. Take very good care when transporting. You'll see on the Bosch batteries, there is a handle. Hold it. If you ever drop or damage this, take it immediately to a local bike shop that works with call to recycle because they can help you dispose of it properly. If you're transporting your bike on the back of a car or in a truck bed, always remove the battery. It can get very hot or cold on the back of a car where you're exposed for hours, and you don't want this overheating, and you also don't want this to be the point of impact if you're ever rear-ended. I'll put a link below to a full e-bike battery guide from Bosch. That's what I reference the most. Let's talk about charging this battery. I already mentioned you want to charge at room temperature, but that means your battery is room temperature. If you've recently brought it in from the heat or the cold, let it come to room temperature before plugging it in. You want to plug it into the outlet first and then the battery. Only use the battery and charger made by the manufacturer. Third-party chargers and batteries can be super dangerous. And last but not least, never leave the battery unattended when charging. Locking your bike. If you leave your bike, lock it, especially if you have a bike with a wheel lock, that the key of that wheel lock matches your batteries. Lock that wheel lock. If you're going to be a while, make sure to bring the battery in. And if it's really warm or cold outside, bring the battery in because it will make sure that you have the best range on your battery when you go to get back on the bike. I do plan on posting a video about locking e-bikes. If you have any questions that are specific to your bike on that, let me know so that I can cover it. There's one more thing. Be ready to talk to everyone about your new bike. E-bikes are game changers, life changers, and you sharing your experience at the bike rack, at the coffee shop, could really make the difference to someone trying out a new e-bike. All right, I think I covered everything I wanted to. If I missed something, if you have any comments, questions, tips that you want to provide other folks, add them in the comments below. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Stay well, stay good, and remember, bike more and worry less.